Good evening, everyone. How about a round of applause of all these pictures that our very own city clerk, Jeffrey Cornejo, curated for us. Over the years, Jeffrey Cornejo. Welcome to our State of the City. On behalf of the City of Azusa, my name is Sergio Gonzalez, your city manager. To get things started, you can clap. To get things started, you do me the honor of standing. Presentation of the colors by a color guard, the Gladstone High School ROTC. And to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please welcome Southland Young Marines.
Please place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. Of the United States of America. One nation, under God, indivisible. Right, face.
To sing our national anthem, please welcome Loretta Corpus.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing. We have Father Vega who will do our invocation.
Let us pray. Spirit of life, God of the ages, be with us now. Bless this gathering. Bless the city for which we assemble, and bless its inhabitants. We come this evening with hopes, curiosities, and interests. Let us learn from one another and find ways to know that our commitment matters, and realize that our actions are part of the fabric of this community that we call home. May our minds be open to retain the history of this beloved city so that we may learn from its past and plan for its future. May our hearts be open to the beauty that abounds in these natural surroundings and that is illumined as well in the eyes of our neighbors and friends. May we remember tonight and every day that we are different and that we are alike, that we all love, we all hurt, and we care deeply about things that matter to us. Let every stranger be our neighbor and every visitor be our welcome guest. Let us treat each other with kindness, compassion, and respect so that we may learn from one another, discover our shared vision, and build a stronger community for all who live here now and all who are yet to come. Above all, may ours be a city of peace, a place that helps us to uphold values and in which we are all free to live our dreams and offer our gifts and our service to this community and to one another. Amen.
Please be seated. And now for our First Nation blessing, please welcome Nathan Nunez.
Well, good evening, everyone. I first want to express thanks to Pastor Vega for his invocation this evening. I would also like to share my appreciations to Mayor Gonzalez for his invitation and support in speaking tonight. This means a lot to me and my family. To my relatives who traveled here from the east, west, north, and south, to those who made the long journey, and to those who just traveled down the street. I'm grateful for this opportunity to speak before you at this year's State of the City address. My name is Nathan Kawa Nunez. I will now introduce myself to you in the traditional ways of my people. Miiha, none hapchigna asusagna gabrieleno. Netwayana kawa havavit, awishkwanaha. Miiha meaning greetings or hello. I am from the village of Hapchigna and Asusagna. My indigenous name is Great Runner, and that's because I ran a lot of track when I was younger. Awishkwanaha meaning I'm happy to share space with all of you today. Our city's name tells a story of a First Nations people known as the Gabrieleno. These first peoples gave names to everything you see, every plant, dirt, rock, sky, everything within their homeland. They told the first stories, sang the first songs, and they hid their culture within their children. For the land beneath our feet was called Asusagna, when translating meaning village or place of his grandmother. A village known for its powerful medicine, healers, trade relations, and gateway to the Sangaro Mountains. Among you today in the vastness of LA County are the descendants of the Gabrieleno people. Standing up for their visibility, sharing culture, preserving the ways of their people, rediscovering old ways of the past, and protecting the spaces they have stewarded for more than 10,000 years. Our cultures, traditions, and ways of life have an important role in who each of us are. Look around you and see that beauty for yourself. Our community represents a diverse history and a diverse people. We continue to uplift those voices and better understand our shared history. As I near the end of my time, I will leave you with the blessing. Motampo wish koha, te hof kopoha. Many blessings to you, and may those blessings follow you. Again, my name is Nathan Kawa Nunez, and I want to thank you for sharing space with me tonight, and I hope you have the great rest of your night. In the ways of my ancestors, we don't say goodbye. We say yamohene, or until I see you again. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Nathan. Again, welcome to our State of the City. Before we get started with the formal program, I want to thank city staff for putting this together. This doesn't happen overnight, so let's give our city staff a round of applause. As far as the weather, you're welcome. To get things started, let me welcome our State Senator, Susan Rubio. One of the themes that we have in our video is our collaboration, coordination, and working closely together with a lot of folks. Nothing more important than our state representative. So, Senator Rubio, will do us the honors, please.
Good evening, everyone. To our pastor, thank you for the blessing and thank you for the land acknowledgement. I'm State Senator Susan Rubio, and it's always a pleasure to come and join whenever I possibly can. I just flew in from Sacramento, and I'm really encouraged by the theme, and that is collaboration. And I'm so thankful for your leaders, your mayor, vice mayor, and council members who always call and work with me in so many ways to ensure that you get what you need here. So thank you for this opportunity to say hello, and I wish you a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's welcome our very own Mayor Robert Gonzalez.
And for those of you that saw our swearing-in ceremony in December, we didn't have walk-up music today, so we're just going to leave that alone. So good evening. I just want to thank all of you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here tonight and see what we're doing here in our beautiful city. I would like to thank the officials that took the time to be here. I would like to thank the representatives from the state and county that have joined us this evening, my colleagues on the city council, city manager and staff, and most importantly, the residents of this great city that we've been committed partners to doing everything that we do. So I'd like to acknowledge some of the electeds that are come from other places that are here tonight. I would like to recognize our superintendent from the Azusa Unified School District, Mr. Arturo Ortega. School Board Vice President Yolanda Rodriguez Peña. School Board Member Adrian Greer. From the City of Duarte, Councilmember Cesar Garcia. From the City of Rosemead, Sandra Lopez. And the very many commissioners that we have throughout our city. I want to thank all of you for taking the time and being here. We're hoping that this State of the City address is informative, educational, and hopefully be kind of kind of cute and funny. So we're going to try from there. But we also have some representatives from Congresswoman Napolitano's office, Leandra Burdine. And from Supervisor Solis's office, Mr. Ryan Serrano. So I want to welcome you to, and they call it the mayor's State of the City address, but it's the city, Azusa's State of the City address. And this is my second one. As your elected mayor, I'm pleased to be here tonight, along with my colleagues on the City Council. We have Mayor Pro Tem Dennis Beckwith, Councilmember Eddie Alvarez, Councilmember Jesse Avila, and Councilmember Andrew Mendez. Well, and it's just an honor and a pleasure to work with these guys and my colleagues. I'm not just the eye candy on the council. These guys work very hard in moving our agenda forward. So I appreciate all the work you guys do. So thank you. Tonight is particularly special because, as you may know, 2023 marks the 125th anniversary of the city's incorporation. As Jeffrey would say, it's our quincentennial. 125 years is no small accomplishment. A lot has happened during that time. Azusa started as a citrus town. We have grown into an expanding city with over 50,000 residents. We have a university. We have a light rail system. We have our own light and water department, premier public parks, and a diverse community that is growing in development. In preparing tonight's event, I was inspired to look through some of the many wonderful historic photos provided by Jeffrey Cornejo of Azusa over the years and reflect on how we got to where we are here as a city. Ultimately, the story of Azusa is a testament to the human spirit. It's also a result of hard work and effort of countless individuals, and some whose names we remember and some others we don't. Many of you have heard the old adage that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it's the same true for a community. Whether you're a long-standing business as La Torteca, or White's Funeral Home, or a member of many wonderful civic organizations such as the Rotary or the Azusa Women's Club, whether you've held local elected office here or simply attended local events and volunteered to make our community better, Azusa is what it is because of the people and partnerships that we've helped advance this community forward. So in light, we're going to do something a little different this year. So bear with us. Typically what happens is I stand up here and give you breakdowns of the city's operations and highlighting key projects and initiatives. We also, as the mayor, tell you that I'm the best mayor and that I have the best city council. And I'm not going to deviate from that either tonight, so it's true. But tonight's format will instead seek to highlight many great things that's happening in the city as a direct result of community collaboration and local partnerships. In honor of the past 125 years, and all of you continue to play a role in Azusa's evolution, this year's theme of our State of the City address is Azusa Better Together, working collaboratively for a brighter future. The city's 125th anniversary logo states, celebrating a proud past and promising future. And this was also designed by our city clerk, Jeffrey Cornejo. So Jeffrey, you've been busy, man. Thank you. As a city, we are committed to honoring this community's rich history, and part of doing it so includes the preservation and celebration of key local historic monuments and facilities. A special note has been the city's recent efforts to preserve the old schoolhouse. You may be aware that this 100-plus-year-old building holds a special place in our local history, as it served as Azusa's one-room schoolhouse and as a designated polling place for residents of Mexican descent in the early days. While we cannot go back and change history, we can do our part in speaking truth to our society's errors and building a brighter future for all. This is why it's a collaboration with the Azusa Unified School District, our state legislators, and community partners. We are seeking to honor the significance of this building by rehabilitating and repurposing for today's community needs. This has been no small feat, and as a result of thousands of hours of various individuals, I want you to check this out. "18 months ago, we came to a crossroad of how we were going to save and preserve the old schoolhouse. And having conversations with numerous folks, school board members, and trying to work on finding a way to preserve this gem that's been in our community for 120 years. The collaboration with Senator Susan Rubio, Assemblywoman Blanca Rubio, to making this happen. I'm proud of the relationships that we have fostered, and this is a prime example of how that has benefited the city of Azusa.
In 2022, our office secured $3 million in state funding to restore Azusa's old schoolhouse and relocate it into the Veterans Freedom Park.
The old schoolhouse is a historic and cultural landmark, ensuring that generations to come will learn about the history and use this facility as an educational resource.
I appreciate our council, our city staff for moving very diligently to get this project to where it is now. So it will be preserved and saved, so very many future generations can see it, can touch it, and understand what it means to be an Azusan.
It's important to acknowledge that this is something that has really been decades in the making. And here we are now today in the presence of this 129-year-old structure, where it holds so many memories of promise, hopes, dreams, loss, disappointment, and of course laughter and tears, along with all the struggles and fights of generations long gone. But it still stands as a reminder of what is good in a community. It's because of this community, it's because of the beauty of this community and the ways that this community has just persevered, even when there were just realities of discrimination, as there were realities of segregated polling places, and that's captured here. And so we're grateful that it's going to be preserved, and that is a part of what will continue to be the education for our young people.
You know, as we develop and as we grow, and we're growing tremendously, take a little step back and let's refurbish something. Let's take our history and let's make it new.
We were able to secure $3 million from the state to be able to do those restorations, and I'm really proud to bring it to the community of Azusa, such a tight-knit community that really deserves the history preserved.
We ring this bell in memory and celebration of all those who have come before, for those who will come after, but we remain. May the bell of history forever ring in Azusa, and congratulations to a community, and God bless you all.
Told you that was great. And some of you, or most of you, were here last October and saw that moved. And if you get the time, And if you got, you've got a lot of time, talk to the city clerk Cornejo, and he will give you a deep history of besides everything but that building, which sits right behind us now. So if you get the time to see it, visit, touch it yourself. So thank you. This project continues to be a team effort, and we look forward to seeing what Historic Row will look like this time next year. So we look forward to that, staff. Well, a lot of what the city does goes into background of our family lives. Perhaps the most visible projects are those that improve our local infrastructure throughout the community, including things that are not often seen but taken for granted, such as streets, facilities, and utility infrastructure. These projects are often very complex, time and labor intensive, and very expensive. This is why getting critical projects like these across the finish line are very often relied heavily on valuable partnerships with our neighbors, with regional agencies, such as the county, and even neighboring cities. Take a look at just a few key projects that are currently ongoing thanks to our various local partnerships.
The Public Works Department is responsible for the maintenance of the city's facilities and parks, sanitary sewer system, and critical roadway infrastructure. These operations are essential for the safety of pedestrians and motorists, and they play a crucial role in economic growth and connectivity with our partners.
The role my team and I play is to provide clean, safe, affordable, and reliable drinking water to 6 San Gabriel communities. Azusa's contributions are making a difference with the infrastructure projects that we have.
One project that I would like to highlight is the Arrow Highway Street Improvement Project. This project is a joint effort between the City of Azusa, the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Authority, Los Angeles County Public Works, the City of Covina, Caltrans, and Azusa Light and Water. The Arrow Highway Street Improvement Project will help improve traffic flow and enhance pedestrian safety throughout the corridor between Azusa Avenue and Citrus Avenue. Some of the key improvements include landscaped raised medians, pavement restoration, and sidewalk improvements. The partnership between these agencies is vital to the success of this project and is a testament to the power of collaboration in achieving our common goals.
Collaboration is everything. Collaboration means putting the needs of our residents first. Collaboration means having the understanding that the more we work together towards benefiting the people we were elected to serve, the better off our entire communities will be.
South Tank Reservoir will provide 4 million gallons of stored water. It's going to meet all the seismic codes, it'll be earthquake resilient, and it will really store our precious resource, water. Thank you, State Assemblymember Blanca Rubio and State Senator Susan Rubio for securing $3 million of state money to make that project possible. Collaboration with engineers, contractors, state certified water distribution workers, and treatment operators, along with the community, are all going to bring these projects to life.
Securing state funding for the South Reservoir was extremely important for the City of Azusa. Not only was it a major safety hazard for residents, it also helped protect clean water and minimize rate increases to local ratepayers.
The Aspen Well Treatment Rehabilitation Project is an innovative design that is going to revitalize a well. And that new plant will supply 2.5 million gallons of water per day. Thank you to Congresswoman Grace Napolitano for your support and advocacy in helping us secure federal appropriation funding of $2.5 million to make this project possible.
The drought is not over. Every drop of water counts, and access to safe, clean drinking water should be right for everyone across the United States, especially here in our community.
You may only know Athens as your day-to-day waste provider for collecting your trash. However, since we've partnered with city staff and council, we've been able to create a value-added solution for the city of Azusa, which allows us to partner in the downtown district, pressure wash, wipe down city baskets, bus shelter maintenance, and overall basket service. We're really elevating the overall downtown experience. This amazing partnership with city staff and city council has allowed us to raise the bar for not only city residents, but the overall business community here in the city of Azusa. We're excited to see the continued investments in the overall downtown district with the incremental infrastructure projects that are being invested, and we look forward to partnering with the city to continue to best establish solutions to keep the city clean.
My hope is for Azusa and our community to be a safe, welcome place to go to school, to work, and start a business and thrive.
My hope for the city of Azusa is to keep up the great work it has been doing, transforming the city into a thriving community for all its residents. Azusa has come a long way from the days when I was a student at Azusa Pacific University, and I can't wait to continue our work together and see the many great things that are yet to come.
Azusa, better together.
Better together.
Azusa is better together.
Azusa, better together.
Thank you. And a special thanks to Congresswoman Napolitano, Senator Susan Rubio, Assemblymember Blanca Rubio for their advocacy and support for obtaining critical funds for these projects. Thank you also to wonderful partners at Athens for keeping downtown clean and inviting. The future is bright in Azusa. We are a growing community with expanding development, reliable city services, premier facilities, and a business-friendly philosophy. This past year, City Council has taken strides to support local business recovery post-pandemic and encourage economic development in a few ways. The city has set aside $500,000 and implemented a small business support grant program for local businesses trying to come back stronger from the pandemic. 10 existing small businesses are putting these grants funds to good use, implementing a variety of projects that will improve their bottom line and customer experience. The city has also supported large-scale developments. One Legacy opened its doors last year, as did the Orchard, another key mixed-use development in our downtown. The Lumia project, which is right across the street from Target, is under construction. Recently, the City Council has directed our departments to review their business licensing and permitting procedures. We hope that the new streamlined measures will continue to support our local economy so that Azusa remains an attractive place to build and do business. But don't take it from me. Take a look for yourself.
Economic and community development here in the city of Azusa. We're a conduit. We work very closely, not just with the development community, but with our in-house partners. It starts at the city council level. We work with the city council to understand the goals, the objectives of the council, and then we make sure that those goals and objectives are being achieved through the development process, working with our business partners in other departments and in the region.
Well, here at Azusa, we have to understand what's helping and what's not helping our local business community. They inform us of what they need the most, whether it be direct financial assistance, like we did right after the pandemic when they needed an infusion of grants to get them back up and running, whether it be technical assistance, or making sure that our infrastructure is in good order so people have a place to park, that the streets are well lit, that they're clean, that people feel comfortable coming to the city and safe, so that the business community can thrive in an environment that is the most prosperous.
The Small Business Support Grant was created to allow for up to $500,000 to be invested in our community.
We've been in business in Azusa for 20 years, and when COVID hit, it affected us as well as many of the restaurants in our community. My experience with the Small Business Support Grant, it was a wonderful experience working with everybody in the city. They were all knowledgeable. They were very receptive, and all my questions, they all had answers to them. The items that we were able to use our grant for were a POS system that allowed us to integrate online, as well as some security camera measures we also got the grant for.
Well, there's a reason why the city of Azusa is one of the fastest growing communities in the San Gabriel Valley, and that is because the city council, the community, thrives when a business community thrives as well.
We've been open for 3 months, and Athletics for All is designed with community in mind. Through our group training workouts, yoga, Zumba, and variety of gatherings throughout the year, we've been able to create a space that welcomes all walks of life. My experience with opening the gym and working with the city of Azusa has been very smooth. Being a first-time business owner can be nerve-wracking and overwhelming, but the fact that I had the city, council members, local business owners, and the mayors reach out to me and offer their help has allowed me to be here today. I've truly felt welcome, loved, and supported all throughout this process.
We brought our operations to Azusa as a strategic decision. It is a perfect location. The city was small enough, friendly city officials, and more importantly, 70% of our staff live east of Azusa. So it's a great central location for our staff from the east as well as staff from the west. And operationally, the city of Azusa and the officials really understood what our needs were. And understanding those needs, we were able to build a very unique facility in the healthcare industry in the city of Azusa.
I hope to continue to create more opportunities for this community through partnering with local businesses. For example, we partnered up with Mantra Coffee Shop, where we hosted and created an event where we had local vendors, did a workout, did yoga, and allowed everyone in the community to come together. We're also partnering up with the Azusa Police Department, where the officers will come with us, work out, and we're opening it up to the public. So we can continue to create fun events and activities like this that involve the people and the community and provide resources. I know this is the perfect path to creating a bright future for Azusa.
The business community is a vital partnership with the city of Azusa, and by collaborating, we both benefit from everything that the city can bring to the business community, as well as what the business community brings to the city.
Economic development can be very advantageous if everybody's at the table. Economic vitality means that the businesses are thriving, that they're getting the support they need, that they know where the city is heading. The city council, the city itself knows that, and we are practicing that every day because a thriving community needs businesses that are thriving as well.
Azusa, better together.
Azusa,
better together.
At Azusa, we're better together.
So I encourage all of you to continue supporting our local businesses by shopping local. This year, National Small Business Week will take place between April 30th and May 6th. I hope you all will join me in patronizing some of our great Azusa businesses. I'm especially proud of Azusa's premier community resources, recreation opportunities, our library programming, and our diverse services for Azusans of all ages. There are no question that our city's programs for youth, families, and seniors are among the best in the region, recognized each year with various awards and grants. To support the continued efforts of our dedicated staff and volunteers, a key reason why our community programs and services are so great is due to the many wonderful partnerships that help ensure that we are servicing the diverse and evolving needs of our residents. Cue the video.
Collaborating with different partners leverages all of our skill sets, which includes information, legal referrals, and intervention services. With this model, the library functions as a bridge builder and community connector. This way we can all work together for the good of Azusa.
The Azusa City Library has a fantastic team of dedicated literacy department staff. We've got volunteers and seasoned learners who all join together to promote opportunities in our grassroots English as Second Language programs, in our Inspired Citizenship program, Career Online High School, and Leamos for those who would like to improve their English language skills, those who are looking in order to get their high school diploma, some who would like to become naturalized citizens, and those who would like to get a firm foundation in written Spanish skills in order to become literate in English too.
First of all, you're helping people who want to be helped, and you're helping them expand their world by improving their reading skills and helping them see things that they hadn't been able to experience.
I was very lucky to have the hand of the library help me, guide me to wherever I needed to go to find those resources.
At the Senior Center and Youth and Family Center, we provide a variety of services that target health and wellness, enrichment classes, and social activities, and special events such as family game night, bingo, and senior dances.
Before this was up and going, all the kids did was run around the skate park, do what they wanted to do out in the streets. You know, I mean, it wasn't really a place, it wasn't really safe. This gives them an environment where they can be safe, they can come and they can ask questions. They could, if they want you to talk to a counselor, they can talk to a counselor.
The senior nutrition program is important because it gives seniors a place to socialize, to receive a free meal, and to get to know their community and their neighbors. We also do provide meals delivered to the home, which helps those who are homebound to also have a friendly face and a meal that is ready to eat.
When I think of recreation, the first thing that comes to mind is our youth sports program, and that's probably the bread and butter of what we do. But we also offer adult sports programs, we do facility rentals, we also have a lot of special events.
The aquatics department is really important because we focus on teaching the people of Azusa how to swim and be safe around the water. We are Red Cross certified, all of our lifeguards and instructors, and we provide such a good outlet for energy and fun and yet safety for the city. We offer classes from every age, from toddler all the way up to senior citizens.
I think that when kids come to our program when they're just kids, they learn the basics and the fundamentals of the sport, and that ultimately sets them up for if they want to stay at just a recreational level, that could work for them. Some of them go on to play travel baseball, travel basketball, they play for their high school teams, and what they get out of it is this experience of just getting the introduction of the sport and finding out if it's something that they're passionate about, because I think it's easier for a parent to put a kid in just a recreational sport to see whether or not they like it and get the introduction of what the sport is, and from there they could decide if that's something that they want to pursue.
So by offering these classes that give us a chance to show recreation, as well as providing a chance for people to learn how to be safe around the water and to hopefully build up into becoming lifeguards themselves, we provide a real opportunity for growth for the city of Azusa.
One thing that's a little bit unique about our department is we help support other nonprofits in the city that offer services that we don't. For example, we work with our Softball Little League, our American Little League, and our Azusa Junior All-American clubs, and what we do is support them in their efforts to provide services to the residents of the city.
Collaboration is the foundation of what we do. Without our partners who provide funding, staff, space, resources, our dedicated volunteers who commit their time.
Here in Azusa, we focus on collaborating to better serve our community.
Azusa, better together.
Azusa,
better together.
Azusa, better together.
Azusa,
better together.
Azusa, better together.
Whether it's recreation programs, staff or coaches, library volunteers, students or teen mentors, our partnerships with organizations such as the YWCA, serving our residents is a team sport. And we're also thankful for the various partners that are helping provide first-class community resources. And last but certainly not least, public safety is a critical core service of the city. Keeping our community safe involves a coordinated effort from many agencies, staff, subject matter experts, and partners. Law enforcement is critical to public safety, but public safety also involves fire services throughout Lee County. Chief Edmond, thank you for being here. Emergency management, disaster preparedness, wildlife prevention and response, mental health services, homeless services, including treatment and prevention. The city is also committed to the integration of technology in addressing modern area issues, such as implementation of body-worn cameras of our officers last year, a citywide traffic signal synchronization project, and our license plate reader technology throughout Azusa. You may have also seen a recent article in the San Gabriel Valley Tribune about recent homeless encampment cleanups in our local riverbed. In March alone, our partners cleaned up 144 tons of trash and debris. These partnerships with LA County, Caltrans, LASA, and the Army Corps of Engineers are critical to keeping the community clean and ultimately safe for all residents. This next video touches on some of the ongoing efforts. Take a look.
Since becoming chief of police, the department's goals have remained the same. The goal is to provide a safe community. Community engagement is probably the key, my number one initiative that I'd like to focus on, and that is providing people a transparent department. When they trust the department, they're more open with us, and we can use the community to further advance our public safety. Second is technology. As we struggle to hire officers throughout the country in law enforcement, we can use a force multiplier, drones, license plate readers, fixed cameras throughout the city. Started down that path and have been very successful in solving crimes and preventing crimes.
Azusa's Office of Emergency Management is responsible for training personnel that would respond to the Emergency Operations Center should a natural disaster occur. The City of Azusa is part of Area D. Area D handles emergency disaster planning and assistance to 23 cities along the foothills. Azusa works closely with Area D and other local agencies to plan, prepare, and train for emergency situations. We continue to expand the Emergency Operations Center program by offering training to the personnel that would respond to the Emergency Operations Center should a disaster occur. Moving into 2023-2024, we would like to expand our training and opportunities to local stakeholders, including our schools, business partners, and other agencies within the community. The Emergency Operations Center relies heavily on the use of social media to keep the community informed regarding disasters. The most recent grant that we are working on is the Local Hazard Mitigation Plan Update. This would include updates to our local hazard mitigation plan in the city, and it would also include the recent Burn Star area from the Bobcat fire. One of our recent grants has allowed us to update technology in the EOC. This includes new computers, new projectors, and new software that will help us in case of emergencies.
Here at the Azusa City Library, we house the Neighborhood Connections and Prevention and Diversion programs. Neighborhood Connections employs community resource specialists who meet with patrons one-on-one and connect them to a variety of resources, such as employment and housing, and also help them navigate their benefits. Prevention and Diversion functions as a safety net that helps keep people housed. At their simplest, these programs help Azusans improve their quality of life.
The police department has partnered with LASA and LACADA and the Department of Mental Health to have a weekly presence out on the street and contacting those that are unsheltered. As you come to Azusa, you'll see a marketable difference when we now have these groups out there and being able to take people off the street and get them into a shelter.
The City of Azusa continues due diligence on planning, preparedness, and response to emergency situations within our city.
Azusa, better together.
Azusa, better together.
Azusa, better together.
Thank you to our chief, the Azusa Police Department, and staff who contributed to that video. So thank you. Thank you, Chief Renwick. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. Told you we were going to be a little different tonight. Clearly running a city is a team effort. Providing services that our residents have come to rely on involves the dedicated work of a lot of people. And we are thankful for the partnerships that make this all possible. Here are some additional highlights of our city operations. As a local government, we can only provide wonderful programs and reliable services if we have a healthy financial position. And thanks to the fiscal prudence of this and previous city councils, the diligent efforts of staff under leadership of our city manager, and I'm proud to say that we are doing very well. The city is on good financial footing with an anticipated reserve of about $39.8 million by the end of this fiscal year. Last year, we increased our general fund reserve policy. We received certificates, and I want to thank Talika Johnson publicly, for the 7th consecutive year, received a certificate of achievement for excellence in financial reporting. Talika, thank you for minding the store. Thank you. Other key operational highlights this past year include we have helped over 100 individuals and families from falling into homelessness through prevention and diversion programs, including securing housing for many of these individuals. We've conducted 15 homeless encampment cleanups throughout the partnerships with LA County, Army Corps of Engineers, the City of Dougherty, and the City of Irwindale. And in perspective, in 2020 and the years before that, traditionally we'd only do one cleanup a year in the riverbed. In the past 3 years, we have done 15 cleanups. So it's extremely important that we continue that effort and continue the continuity with our neighbors and the partnership with Dougherty and Irwindale. But thank you, and thank you, Caesar, for doing that. Our city departments continue to stay very busy for calls for service and record participation in our senior and youth family services. Construction of our business community is also busy with over 1,200 building permits, over 900 new business licenses issued last year by our community development department. Also, new housing units come to be developed throughout the city to accommodate our growing population. Recently, our council adopted our annual goals and priorities for the year. These are some of the key projects and initiatives beyond our core day-to-day services that we will seek to advance in the coming year. We'll be prioritizing reinvestments in various city facilities and community assets. $13 million will be designated and reserved for community facility upgrades, including a design and construction of the city's first dog park, renovations of our library, senior center, and other facilities, as well as historic Row and the Santa Fe Depot right behind us with LA County. We're moving the needle on the city's strategy for addressing impacts related to unsheltered population. We will support our local veterans, continue to do that, and I want to thank right now publicly Councilmember Avila and Councilmember Alvarez, who serve on our ad hoc committee, to continue moving the needle and providing well-needed and deserved resources to our veterans. But I'd also be remiss if I didn't take just a moment to recognize this is the 19th anniversary of one of our Azusa heroes that we lost, Leroy Harris Kelly III, who passed away on 4/20/2004. So the work that we do for our veterans is extremely vital. So thank you two gentlemen. Supporting our business resiliency and evaluating our citywide permitting and licensing fees. And lastly, our part of it is improving our downtown district as well as large-scale developments, as you see. And lastly, we're looking to update and redesign our city's website. Long overdue, sorry about that. And of course, our city doesn't turn 125 years every day. So please be on the lookout to join us for several special events to be planned this year in celebration of this city's milestone. In addition to Golden Days, the anniversary events, we also plan to host an end-of-the-year concert and spectacular city anniversary event closer to the actual date. So be on the lookout for that. We will be announcing that through the city clerk's office. So December is our incorporation, so happy birthday, Azusa. And let me land my plane, as they say. Over the past year, we've come a long way in achieving our shared vision. And while we are still many challenges ahead of, I'm sure, I'm proud of what we have accomplished together to position Azusa to be in a better place. As your mayor, I'm appreciative for the trust you've placed to me and my fellow colleagues on the council. I'm so excited what the next 125 years is going to bring us. And before I finish, if you're a commissioner, if you're one of our, any type of, will you please stand tonight? Will you please stand? If you're a commissioner, please stand. Just stand. Thank you. I just thought it was important for the community to see the work that you volunteered to do and how we making, you're a part of this team as well. So just wanted to recognize that. So I want to thank you for the continued partnerships, for your local support of this great city, and the wonderful services that we provide day in and day out. We are all truly better together. Thank you, Azusa. Thank you.
Now let's give it up for our mayor, Robert Gonzalez. Before we conclude, I do want to publicly thank, projects like these don't happen overnight. All city departments are hands-on, but I want to publicly thank our Deputy City Manager, Nico Diandaskaya, who took the lead on the state of the city. Tina Cravens, who did a lot of logistics behind the scenes, and she reminds me every single day that she is the boss. Tina Cravens. Have celebration, courtyard, good music, some libations, not the adult libations. Thank you, Azusa. We're heading in the right direction. Enjoy. I know we have representative from Hilda Solis's office, Ryan Serrano. We're going to do a photo op. You're going to present a certificate to the council. Again, better together. Thank you, Azusa.